Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, the Lumberjack. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Excited to talk about this topic because I might be shouting.
Yeah, you might be a little passionate about this one. So thank you for participating in my live streams on Saturday. Greatly appreciated.
I love it.
You saw last Saturday that somebody asked about Fannie and Freddie having indefinitely postponed forbearance. Yeah. And I, sometimes you get questions that are fake news, right?
Right.
And when I was reacting, I'm like, this one feels like, why would Fannie and Freddie do that? I kind of hemmed and hawed and gave some soft answers. You actually did some research and sent me a couple of articles, and I'm like, oh my God, this is real.
It's real, Mike.
Fannie and Freddie, again, for commercial properties, this is not residential, this is commercial, have said, we have indefinitely postponed, or forbearance is out indefinitely, or whatever the word verbiage is.
Yeah.
It scared me when I read the article, because I had to sit back and go, what landlord would sign up for this nonsense?
Yeah.
And I don't think the answer is good, but maybe I'm wrong. What did you see when you read it? Well, first off, did you think it was real? Like, cause you on the broadcast, I was like, no, this is fake. This can't be right.
No, literally, when somebody said that, I was like, I can't believe Mike just read that comment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is that true?
How could that be true?
Because Mike, I mean, we're like glued to our phones. I'm glued to my phone. I'm constantly on the internet all the time. So for the fact that I didn't see an announcement like that, a little bit pissed.
Yeah, a little upset. I missed it.
Yeah. I was like, where is that coming from? And then when I started doing the research, I'm finding articles, and they're from who they're from.
Right.
They're from Fannie. They're from like Watchdogs. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And it's got to be, I mean, the only thing that I can come to is that this is the government's answer of the eviction moratorium.
Yeah. And again,
at least it's pro-business. I mean,
I don't know, man.
Sort of.
I don't know. This just feels all kinds of wrong.
Yep.
So first off, I had to sit back, because again, there are a lot of conditions. Can't do this. Can't do that. Can't do this. Can't do that. Can't do this. Can't do that. I'm like, what landlord is going to sign up for that? Right? There's so many can'ts.
Yeah.
The answer is a landlord that has any financial standing is not doing this.
No, correct.
I mean, just
I agree with that.
There's too many.
Yep.
It's too heavy. It's too much of an uplift.
This is to save the 100, 200, 300 unit building where they had a rent strike.
Yep.
And the landlord is getting obliterated.
Yeah.
And he says, these are now that the eviction moratorium has finally bled me dry.
Yeah.
I now have to get these people out, and I have just enough gas left in the plane to land it.
Yeah.
That's what this is for. But the problem is that, to your point, is it better than death?
I don't know. Because again, right, this is 100 units. This is like, when I'm looking at this situation, it's got to be a landlord who's 50% or less collected.
Yes. Yep.
Right.
I agree.
So what that means, if you don't know, that means the landlord is digging in his pockets just to survive, paying the mortgage, paying electricity, paying insurance, doing maintenance, because he can't get sued. A lot of people pop off. Well, just don't fix anything. Well, then you get sued, jackass. You can't do that.
Can't do that.
Yeah, public safety.
Yeah, just shut off heat and electricity too.
Yeah, see how that works out.
Yeah, like want to end up in court super quick? Do that.
Yeah, and then jail. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
That's not cool. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
So again, I'm looking at this going, the only landlords that are going to say yes are the ones, actually, I think it's the ones that can't afford to evict 100 people or 200 people. Or
no, I agree. No, I agree.
And they're like, the government, I mean, some of these landlords, the government has to own, and I'm saying the government because of the $45 billion funds that have been put aside. That's what I mean by government.
Sure.
They have probably filed claims for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right.
Probably more, millions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's a landlord in Southern California who is waiting on over $500,000.
Yep. Yep.
And he's like, when's it coming? When's it coming?
Yeah.
When's it coming? Right. So it's got to be the landlords that can't afford to evict, because again, an eviction, folks, if you don't know what an eviction is, even in states like Texas or Indiana that are pro landlord, it costs money, right? It's probably between $800 and $1,200 a tenant.
That's
each.
Right. Yep.
I don't care if it's 10 days, it's $800 to $1,200. And then, oh, by the way, you've got a I don't know, $3,000 to $9,000 turn, depending on how big the units are.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Yes, rents have gone up, but they have not gone up that much that fast. And oh, by the way, if you're evicting 300 tenants in an environment where other tenants are being evicted, how good your quality going to be, right?
That's right.
It is actually what I think is going to happen is this is just a way to delay foreclosures in apartment buildings. That's what I think.
No, I totally agree. That's what like I said in the offset, I think that this is a way for them to delay evictions. And hopefully then get the money in. I don't know where California was reported, but when I looked at it a few weeks ago, they were still single digits in the percentages.
Yeah, I think it's 12%. They're excited about 12.
It's embarrassing. What a bunch of losers. Yeah. Embarrassing. 12%. This program has been available since the end of March. That's an embarrassment. You have 10% out in 5 months. You should be embarrassed. And I know, quite frankly, we look at it and our state has been very good. I think they're over 50%.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's good. It's good. It's better than not. But yeah, I mean, but they have a pretty good process now where if somebody went through the process, it's basically 3 weeks and the money's in your checking account.
Yeah.
So
I'm nervous for what this means. So again, I mean, there's two scenarios, right? So you're a landlord who can't afford evictions. So you bend over and you take it.
Yep.
Let's just say the money shows up.
Yep.
And then you just I'm just thinking human nature, right? So much of this is a people business. Okay. So now they're good, right? Let's just assume for miraculous reasons, you made 100% whole.
Yeah.
Well, they owe rent next month.
They do.
Have we taught them that they don't owe rent?
Well, yes. So I was going to say, I thought you were going to ask the question of, have we taught them that there is a consequence to this and that they're going to have to pay next month? No. In fact, Mike, I had been paid. They also paid the next 3 months. The CAP program did. They paid the next 3 months. That ended in August. I let all of the tenants know the beginning of August, the middle of August, and the end of August. I sent a text saying, you are responsible for September's rent. The program money is gone.
Right.
2 out of 3 didn't make the payment.
This is what we're teaching people.
Yes.
And I that's horrible percentage. That's 66%.
I know. 2 out of 3. It's horrible.
Let's just assume it's 50%.
Yeah.
That's still a land. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And here's the worst part, Mike. I pleaded with them, guys, there is no eviction moratorium in place. There is nothing that's going to change this. If you don't pay, I will go after you and I will win, and I will win easily. Mm-hmm. And there's a number of other issues, but please pay your rent or let me know that you found another place and you're going to be out.
Yeah.
And I will even tell you, you don't owe me rent for the month, just so long as you're gone in the next couple of weeks and you give me a couple of weeks back where I can use it and basically get it cleaned up and ready for the next people. Yeah. Let me know that you're doing that. And neither one of them took me up on that.
So you started evictions in your state. Yep. Are they out yet or how long?
So we started the 10th of September.
Makes sense.
One of them got locked out on last Wednesday.
Okay.
So the 21st, 20th.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yep. So that was quick. Yeah. Yep. That was quick. And then the other one is they delayed the process a couple of times, but they get the writ from the sheriff in the next 48 hours.
Okay.
And so my suspicion is they'll be out. They'll probably ask for a hearing. And so another 7 days. So they're going to probably be start to finish. They'll probably be 27 days.
And then they have a judgment and this and that, and their credits wrecked.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that we follow through and pursue every action because I'm doing it for every other landlord out there. That's right. It's not about me. It's about the next landlord to make sure that it is painted in the sky that these people are unrentable.
Yeah, and again, we've trained them.
Yes.
The collective
government.
Yeah. This is not going to end well.
It's not going to end well for them ever. And something that's just amazing to me is, and this is a complete side note, and but it just blows my mind. I helped them out. They were on assistance. And what's amazing to me is that you have to account their assistance towards their monthly rent and their ability to pay rent, but you can't count it when getting a judgment against them.
No, of course. Yeah.
So I have to take it. But either way, I have to take it. And again, all I'm saying is it's got to be, society tilts when rules only work one way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm really nervous for the landlord that's in that situation that takes it. And it's again, back to my point, I think there's going to be a lot of pain.
There is
in the multifamily market. So yeah, I'm looking around. So in the end, thank you for bringing that. Thank you for doing the research. I was still shocked. I'm like reading the article and reading another one. I'm like, it actually says indefinitely.
Yes. Indefinitely, Mike. I've never seen that put on anything.
Yeah. Let me look. Does that word mean something different?
Yeah. The only thing I've ever seen is I am going to pay taxes indefinitely. Outside of that, never seen anything else.
That's crazy.
Indefinite. Excellent.
Well, do me a favor. How can people find you?
Lumberjacklandlord.com, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, and 11:30 Eastern time this coming Sunday. We will do another live stream of Palooza. The last one was 5 hours and 3 minutes. I promise it will not be that long, no matter how much goading I get from Mike and from Dion, where they were like 4 hours and I made 4 hours. I was like, those guys suck. I'm going to go 5 hours.
I'm going to go 5. I'll show them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Typical trained monkey sales rep, right, Mike?
Exactly. Set the bar, go over the bar. Yeah.
Exactly. You set the bar. I'm just going to beat it by 25+%, 26%. So there. Yeah. So that's where they can find me.
Yeah. We're not interested in hitting quota.
Yeah, no.
We're interested in blowing quota.
No, those are the pikers, Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Pikers hit quota.
There you go. Thank you very much, man. I always appreciate this. Thanks for that first video. That was fun to go through.
It's a lot of fun. Mike, please, if people haven't watched that first video, please watch it. It's definitely worth your time. It is a perfect assembly of all of the 15 different stories that you're going to hear from an investor. All these different story types, I guarantee one of them fits you. I guarantee one of them you're going to want to know more about. It's absolutely, the book's worth the read, but even that video is certainly worth the watching. And don't wait for it to be on Audible.
Yeah, don't wait for that. Not happening. Very cool. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.